Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Before starting this video, I would like to wish you all a very happy new year. The year 2020 was bad for the entire world due to the pandemic. All are hoping that the year 21 will be better than the last one. We are going to try and contribute to make it better year for at least the medical and paramedical students as well as experts who want to either learn something new or brush up on their basics. This year, we have only one New Year resolution, and that is to put out as much content as possible. We are committing to put out at least 2 videos per week, sometimes even 3 videos a week. We are going to start a new series known as How to Draw This. This series will have a number of medical diagrams which you can play over and over again and learn how to draw that and replicate it during your examinations. We also have a lot of other content and a lot of other materials coming out very soon. So if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, do subscribe and hit the notification bell. There are even the links for the other social media in the description box. Follow us on all of them so that you can keep yourself updated with all the things that we are putting out. Alright, now without further ado, let's get into this video. So this video is going to be about the introduction to the anatomy of thorax. Alright, thorax is the upper part of the trunk, that is from the neck to the diaphragm. That part is known as your thorax. And in this video, we are going to talk about the skeleton of thorax, the formation of it, as well as we are going to talk about the shape of the thorax. Skeleton of thorax. Whenever we think about thorax, we have to remember that it houses two very important organs of the human body, that is the lungs and the heart. So whichever structure is there present in the thorax, it needs protection. Such protection is provided by the skeleton of thorax, which is known as the thoracic cage or the rib cage. The word cage sounds like it is going to be a very strong and a very restrictive cage, but that is not the case. Is it strong? Yes, it has to be, but it is restrictive? No. It is actually not made of just bones, but it's also made of cartilages, which makes it an osteocartilaginous cage. And it's an elastic one. It is in fact designed to increase and decrease the intrathoracic pressure. And this increase and decrease in the intrathoracic pressure is directly related to our respiration. But we will talk about this in the later videos. So basically, the skeleton of thorax is made by the thoracic cage or the rib cage. Formation of thoracic cage. The thoracic cage is formed anteriorly with the sternum or the breastplate or the breastbone, as many people know. It is located exactly in the center of the chest. Posteriorly, it is made of 12 thoracic vertebrae and their intervertebral disc. On each side lies 12 ribs with their own cartilages. Now, all the ribs connect posteriorly with their respective vertebrae, but anteriorly is a different scenario. Only the first 7 ribs actually connect with the sternum through their cartilages. So, the first 7 ribs are known as vertebrosternal ribs or the true ribs. Remember, it is vertebrosternal because they connect with the vertebra as well as the sternum. Now, the next 3 ribs, that is the 8th, 9th and 10th rib, their cartilages actually join together and connect with the upper cartilage, that is the cartilage of the 7th rib. Hence, these 3 ribs are known as the vertebrochondral ribs because they connect posteriorly with the vertebra and anteriorly they are connecting with the cartilage of the 7th rib. It is known as vertebrochondral rib. Chondra is the word which is used for cartilages. So, it's a they are vertebrochondral ribs. These 4 ribs, that is 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th, the cartilages of these 4 ribs join together and they are known as the costal margin. Now, the remaining 2 ribs, that is the 11th and 12th rib, they actually do not connect anteriorly at all. They are known as floating ribs. Okay, because they do not connect anteriorly at all, they are known as floating ribs or vertebral ribs because they have only one connection to the posterior side, that is the vertebrae. So, the first 7 ribs are actually true ribs because they connect both posteriorly and anteriorly with the sternum, whilst the next 5 ribs, that is the 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th rib, are actually known as false ribs. Now let's talk about the shape of the thorax. It can be said that the shape of the thorax resembles that of a cone. That is because it is narrow in the higher end, and as it goes below, it broadens up towards the diaphragm. That is the case for all the human beings. But if you take a transverse section, then you can see some differences between the shape of it when you're comparing the kids, that is below 2 years of age, and adults. In adults, you will see that the transverse section is more of like a kidney shaped or bean shaped. In them, the anteroposterior diameter is smaller than the transverse diameter. The reason for this is because our ribs lie in an oblique fashion. The transverse tips are below their anterior and posterior connections. While in infants, you will see more of like a circular transverse section. The reason for that is their ribs lie flat in circular fashion. They will have ribs in this manner, whereas the adults will have ribs like this. So that is what makes the shape difference in the transverse section for adults and the kids below 2 years of age. And this is what results in the difference in the type of breathing that adults have compared to the children. Children have specifically only abdominal breathing. They breathe only through the abdominal muscles using the diaphragm. Whereas in adults, it is thoraco-abdominal breathing. You breathe because of the movement of the ribs as well as because of the diaphragm. So that is the difference between the shape of the thorax between adults and children. Alright guys, so that's it for this video. We have talked about normal human anatomy in this video and not about any of the discrepancies which are present in some humans. We will try and make an entirely different video for that, so stay tuned. Now, if you did like this video, do give it a big thumbs up and share it with your friends if you want to. You can also give your comments or some likes, dislikes or any suggestions in the comment section below, and I will go through them and try and make as many videos as possible. Alright, I see you guys next time. Bye.